So welcome everyone to the final teaching this year, 2022, of Geshe Lhundup's beautiful teachings on illumination of the thought. I'm sure everyone who's watching now and in the future has been inspired as we are. Because of that, there are offerings continuing to come in for Geshe, and so we have extended the deadline to make those offerings if you would still like to. If you can send a gift either through email or through mail to Sravasti Abbey by Thanksgiving this year, 2022, then we will wire those at a later date towards the end of the month. So you can continue to make offerings if you've meant to and forgot. Go to the Abbey website. On the giving page, the donate page, you will find both the opportunity to give by credit card or by transfer from your bank, and you'll also find the address for sending mail. Thanks for joining us.
Homage to my Guru, protector Manjushri, who holds to his heart a scriptural text symbolic of his seeing all things as they are. Wisdom shines forth like the sun. Unclouded by the two obscurations, who teaches in 60 ways, with the loving compassion of a parent for their only child. Wanderers caught in the prison of samsara, confused in the darkness You whose princely body is adorned with 112 marks of a Buddha, you completed the stages achieving the highest perfection of a bodhisattva who has been pure from the beginning. I bow down to you, O Manjushri. हमारा पासा नारी with the brilliance of your wisdom, O compassionate one, illuminate the darkness enclosing my mind, awaken my intelligence and wisdom, so that I may gain insight into Buddha's words and the texts that explain them. This crown anointed with perfume, flowers strewn Mount Meru, foreland, sun and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered to you, may all beings enjoy this pure land. Venerable holy gurus, in the space of your truth body, from billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of the profound and extensive Dharma, in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniyatayami. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create by listening to the Dharma, I will attain Buddhahood in order to benefit all sentient beings. I take refuge until I have awakened in the Buddhas, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By the merit I create
Okay. During our last session, we were discussing the we were discussing that how okay how we were discussing how to establish that Nagarjuna has ascertained the meaning of the definite scriptures. So to do so basically, as I said earlier, basically there are two ways. The one is that you need to study his treatises, such as his treatises, 6 treatises of reasoning, and then thereby you will come to know that he must have ascertained the meaning of the definitive scriptures. Okay, that is the main, I think, the main and primary, I think, the primary way and essential way that we need to go through in order for him, in order to know that he has ascertained the meaning of the definitive scriptures. Okay, the meaning of the definitive scriptures in here points out to the intent of the ultimate intent of the Buddha Shakyamuni. That is the emptiness or inherent existence of all phenomena. Okay, so that is the one thing. Okay, and now the other one is that in order to strengthen your own conviction or your own sense of Nagarjuna having ascertained the meaning of the definitive scriptures, you need to also rely on some definitive scriptures where Buddha Shakyamuni himself made prophecy, stating, indicating that Nagarjuna would occur at a such and such place and at that time, and then his accomplishments. His accomplishments meant such as like that he has attained the 10th ground, and also his his accomplishments with regard to the revealing Buddha's ultimate intent. Okay, like composing, like I think, like revealing. I mean, this in this case, in this case, if you exemplify this, we can understand this in terms of that his having made or composed, I think, 6 treatises of reasoning. Okay, and then not only that, but also the collections of acclamations. Okay, of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and also the great compassion and so on. Okay, so we are discussing about this. So okay, so in this sutra, Great Cloud Sutra. Okay, in Great Cloud Sutra, it is stated that it is prophesied that Nagarjuna would make, I think, 3 proclamations of Dharma, the first one and the second and third. Okay, the first one is, yeah, I think I have talked about this. Then the second one, okay, he was about, I think, it should be about, I think, less than 100 years old. At that point of time, okay, around that point of time, he composed the 6 treatises of reasoning, okay, and then his writing about 6 treatises of reasonings and revealing the ultimate nature of reality in the by composing those treatises, and then also teaching his students of the ultimate intent of the Buddha, that is the emptiness of the inherent existence, and also the subtle conventional truth. Okay, so that is considered to be the second proclamation of the Dharma. Okay, and then third one is that when the second proclamation of the Dharma was also made in South India. Okay, and then as well, and also the third proclamation of Dharma was also made in South India. Okay, so during, I think it was around the second proclamation of the Dharma, he was named after Lhundup, Nagarjuna. Okay, Nagarjuna. Okay, so Nagarjuna is considered, the name of Nagarjuna is considered to be, I think, to be labeled, maybe to be labeled him. Okay, after he had, I think, after he had, I think, achieved siddhi or attainment. Okay, certain attainment. Okay, because when we talk about the Nagarjuna, okay, and when I think with regard to the meaning of the Nagarjuna, okay, Chandrakirti, okay, in Chandrakirti, where clearly explains about this in his clear words. I'm not going to read this in Tibetan. Okay, it's here, but anyway, it means that it has two syllables, Naga and Juna. Naga represents 3 qualities, as I said earlier. Okay, then Juna is the Arjuna. Okay, Arjun. Okay, Arjun, or Tibetan word is Siddhup. Okay, Arjun is one of the major characters of Indian epic Mahabharata. Okay, so he was a prince. Okay, and so he was known to be very, how to say, very capable of subduing or I think subduing his enemies. Okay, and also he was known to have been, I think, to have been very capable of capable of reigning over the how to say, the country, or whatever country it was. Okay, so this I mean, the very ancient example, illustration. Okay, so he was, he has these 2 qualities. Okay, very, very capable of reigning over his own country, and also he's very capable of how to say, subduing or overcoming his own enemies. Okay, he has two qualities. Just like that, okay, Nagarjuna has also two qualities. Okay, yeah. So I would quote this. Okay, 강게 님이 소원 세워서 라드지 뒤지지나 감순도 개도 내서 세배 다도 말 누르다가 차세서. Okay, is that Chöge Geshe means that Nagarjuna also reigns over spiritual, okay, how to say, spiritual empire, okay, and also he destroys all the cyclic, the enemy of cyclic existence, okay. Koya Dadimalu Jamba means that enemy of cyclic existence, okay. So he is so capable of destroying the enemy of cyclic existence, and also he is very capable of reigning over spiritual empire. Okay. So okay. So therefore, when we this name is not just randomly given to that person. I mean, Gelong Pandey Lochang, Gelong fully ordained, glorious holder of wisdom. Okay. Rather, this name is given to him because he deserves. Okay, or this fits. The meaning of this name fits with his attainment. Okay, so therefore, this is a name that represents he has attained very high realization, and also very high the cessation of afflictive emotions. Okay, and okay. So I think it was also mentioned by Abhigara, adept Abhigara. Abhigara is very, very well known, okay, especially when it comes to delineating the content of Tantrayana. Okay, when it comes to delineating the content of the Sutrayana, he was sometimes criticized. Okay, he was a little bit put down, but not this. I mean. But Tantrayana, okay, he was very, okay, he was revered, okay, very much. So I think we can see the changes, so much changes within his lifetime, okay, his development. I mean, okay, at that point he is like this. Then after several years, okay, he is like this, so much, So we should not assume that still he is lacking, some, how to say, unmistaken. Still he is lacking full understanding of the full undistorted understanding of the content of Sutrayana, Sutra, okay, I mean, Sutra, okay. Perfection of Wisdom Sutras, especially, okay. Hidden content of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra, okay. So, it's, so it is, for me, it is a very good, how to say, it is also a teaching for me, is, development, no one is perfect from the beginning. Okay. Correcting your own mistake, okay. Then, and you gradually lessen your mistakes, and then eventually there is a point that you you achieve, okay, the fully perfected omniscience, okay. And then, okay, yeah, okay. Now, so, okay. That, oh, yeah, I will read this. I'm going to read a little bit here, okay. In the Great Drum Sutra, I'm reading Tsongkhapa's exposition. In the Great Drum Sutra, it is stated that this Lijavi youth, Lokapriya Darsana, will be a monk bearing the name of a teacher and will propagate the teaching when it comes to decline 80 years after the Buddha's death. Okay. Okay, so when we say, okay, in Tibetan, okay, will be a monk bearing the name of a teacher rather than, in this case, teacher more than a teacher. When we say teacher, someone who teaches can be a teacher, okay. Tenpa is not just a teacher, but also Tenpa is a pioneer, okay, pioneer. Teacher plus pioneer, okay, is a Tenpa. So because he is the pioneer, Nagarjuna was a pioneer, okay, in terms of revealing the Mayan scriptures in the world. So therefore, when Buddha was referring to Lijavi youth, Lokapriya Darsana, saying that he will be a monk bearing the name of a teacher rather than more than a teacher. I mean, teacher plus the pioneer, and it has a connotation of a pioneer, okay, and will propagate the teaching when it comes to decline. Okay, that means it does not talking about the Hinayana teaching. Okay, it refers to the Mahayana teaching. Decline 80 years after the Buddha's. Actually, it was after 40 years. Okay, according to Lhundup, yeah, here, okay. There's a Great Cloud Sutra, okay. Within the Great Cloud Sutra, okay, there's a prophecy about the Lhundup, I don't know how to say in English. Yeah, there is a female, okay, about that female, okay. So, yeah, so I think, okay, after 40 years, okay, it's okay, I think. Now here, to decline 80 years after the, okay, there is the period of, okay, after 40 years, and the Mayan teaching declined, okay, and then there's long gap, okay, between having declined Mayan teaching or tradition in this world, okay, okay, and the Nagarjuna, okay, appearance of Nagarjuna, okay, or arrival of Nagarjuna, okay. So there's a pretty long gap between them, okay. So when it comes to decline 80 years after the Buddha's, it doesn't mean 80 years. Right after 80 years, okay. It means that person, Lizaji Youth Loka, okay, will be a monk, okay, bearing the name of a teacher, prior to the teaching. It comes to decline 80 years after that. Oh, no. This is not wrong, okay. Not, Yeah, I thought decline 80 years. I just see this English. It's not that. Gyajupa is not. This is a mistake, I think. Oh, is a Gyajupa, not 80 years. Okay. I'm saying I'm also confused here. I'm just reading the English. Okay, so that shouldn't be right as well. Yeah, and this means the how to say, lifespan of the human beings are 80 years. Okay, the general lifespan of the human beings are 80 years old. Okay, 80 years. So, okay, that means or it yeah, that means I think, okay, at that time Nagarjuna was about more than 500 years old, less than 600 years old. Okay. Eh, 80 years, okay, comes to decline 80 years after the death. It doesn't mean 80 years after the. But then Lord Jajuba means that, yes, having when it was 80 years of, when humans lifespan, general humans lifespan was 80 years after Buddha's passing away. That is the meaning. 80 years after the Buddha's, that is not the meaning. When it comes to decline, after the Buddha's passing away, and I think, and the general lifespan of human beings is about 80 years. That is the meaning. Okay. Anyway, then at that time, as I said earlier, Nagarjuna was about over 500 years old and less than 600 years old. At that period of time, he composed the many praises, and also he revealed this sutra. What was it though? Great, what do you call, Great Jam Sutra, okay. And also Great Cloud Sutra, and also the sutra of the sutra of what is it? Lineage of Buddha. Okay. Yeah. And thus he made, I think, third proclamation of Dharma. Okay. And then, okay, he passed away. Yeah, around he was 600 years old. 600 years old. He, passed away in South India. And that is what indicated in Great Clouds Sutra. Okay, he will pass away after 100 years, and here, okay, 100 years, okay, after 100 years, and will take rebirth in Sukhavati. Okay, this too is accepted by the elder Bodhibhatra. Okay, Bodhibhatra is Chanju Sangpo, elder Neden. He was a tutor of Adisha, and the great Adisha to be a prophecy of the master, and is premised, okay, premised on the account of Lijavi, okay, Priyadasana sharing the same mental continuum with Nagarjuna, okay. So because this in the Great Cloud Sutra, it is mentioned that Lijavi, Priya Darsana, and Nagarjuna are the same continuum. Okay, so this okay, so both elder Bodhi Bhadra and the great Adisha. How to say? Premised. Okay. Premised. Okay. On the account of, I think, Lijavi, Priya Darsana, and Nagarjuna being the same continuum as as shown in Great Clouds Sutra. Okay. Okay. So I mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, this too is accepted here. Okay, this too is accepted by the elder Bodhibhadra and the great Adisha. Okay, so how they accept? Okay, as such, okay, is that is based on okay the account of the Lijavi, Priya Dasana, and Nagarjuna having the same mental continuum as indicated in Great Clouds Sutra. Okay. In the Great Drum Sutra, the monk is stated to be of the seventh ground. Okay. However, this statement and those cited above cannot be taken as contradicting each other. For example, some scriptures describe some of the guardian kings as stream enterers, while others describe them as Buddhas. So on. So one finds a lot of variations in the scriptures. Okay. Okay. So in the Great Drum Sutra, the Nagarjuna is stated to be of the seventh ground, whereas Langa Sutra, Nagarjuna is stated to have achieved first ground. Okay, so there seems to have some contradiction between them. Okay, so it is not really contradictory. Okay, here saying okay, because this I should say the what indicated in the Langa Sutra in terms of Nagarjuna having achieved first ground of Bodhisattva, okay, should be and must be taken, must be okay. Yeah, must be interpretable, okay. Interpretable because it is in accordance with the common beings, okay. In front of the common beings, he was like a he was an ordinary Bodhisattva or ordinary being, okay. And then later on okay, he achieved, okay, later on he achieved the first superior ground on the I think how to say, keeping the same, I think, psychophysical aggregates, okay, as the support or basis, okay, or that same lifetime, I mean, okay. This is, according to the common perceptions, okay. And then and then the Golden Drum Sutra is saying, okay, what Golden Drum Sutra, okay, saying is the the real, I think, real, how to say, real situation, okay, in according to Sutrayana, okay, Prasangika Madhyamika school system and Sutrayana. And then, and not only that, but also here, okay, later on, during his earlier part of his lifetime, he was, he was of the seventh ground, and then later on he achieved eighth ground. Okay, that is on his achieving eighth ground. Later on, during later part of his lifetime was also shown in the sutra. Okay, so therefore, therefore, at that period of time, during later period of his lifetime, he was stated to be of eighth ground of Bodhisattva. Okay. Okay. So therefore, here statement those stated above cannot be taken as contradictory, because these different variations should be made in accordance with, mental dispositions of the in accordance with mental dispositions of the disciples who are near, who are listening, okay, to those teachings in front of Buddha's Shakyamuni. Okay. So some scripture discuss some of the garden kings as stream enterers. Okay, that same king. Okay, that same garden king is also mentioned as a Buddha in Highest Yoga Tantra scripture. Okay, canon. Now I didn't find those who are vessels for explaining the profound truth. Yeah, this is a caption. Okay. Oh yeah. the second division, second headline. Second heading. As for the definitive treatises, they should also be taught to not just anyone, but to those who, because of past habituation, having planted the seed for realizing emptiness. Others, even if they listen to treatises that present emptiness, will suffer grave injurious consequences because they are plagued with a distorted understanding regarding emptiness. Such grave injurious consequences will transpire like this. Some, being unlearned, will forsake emptiness and will depart to the lower realms. Some will apprehend the meaning of emptiness of intrinsic existence in a distorted way, as all of these phenomena are non-existent. They do not exist at all. They will thus apprehend it mistakenly, and the wrong view, disparaging all the phenomena of causes and effects, will be, what is the causes of? Is the causes of? Disparaging all the phenomena of causes and effects will be first engendered and held on to, will come to increase further and further. Okay. So, okay. So definite treatises should be taught to person who to be taught to people, okay, who I think who had past habituation, okay, of emptiness. Not komba is habituation. Okay, yeah. Meaning is that habituation of the seeds. I should say. Uh, 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 yeah, who have planted, I think, who have planted the seeds of realizing emptiness. Okay. Okay, who have planted the seed for realizing emptiness. Okay. That planting seed for realizing emptiness many times, habituating to planting. Okay, habituating oneself to planting, I think, the seed for realizing emptiness. That is the meaning. Okay, because of the past habituation, have planted the seed for realizing emptiness. Okay. Okay. Others, okay, even if they listen, okay, if they have no, if they do not have the, how to say, the seeds for realizing emptiness planted in the past, okay, then even, okay, if they listen to treatises that present emptiness, will suffer grave injurious consequences because they are plagued with distorted, either, I think, regarding emptiness, okay, they would be plagued with distorted understanding regarding emptiness. For instance, I think regarding emptiness, such grave injurious consequences will transpire like this. Okay, some being unlearned will forsake emptiness. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, this is one thing. Forsake emptiness and will depart to lower realms is one thing. And then some others will apprehend the meaning of the emptiness of intrinsic existence in a distorted way, as you know, all of these phenomena are non-existent. They do not exist at all. Okay, so thereby they will, apprehend the meaning of emptiness mistakenly, and then the wrong view, disparaging all the phenomena of causes and effects. Okay, and it will be, first engendered, generated, and then hold on to it. Okay, and also, they will, come to increase, and they will increase further and further. Okay, so thus, I think, destroy one's own virtues and also propel oneself into lower realms. Okay, so yeah, so Tonyelo engaging in, engaging in, or I should say, here, I think it is saying this: people who have not, I think, person who has not, okay, planted seed for realizing emptiness in the past, even though he strive, okay, to listen to the treatises that present emptiness, okay, he would, bring a lot of, grave injurious consequences for himself, okay, because he is plagued with distorted understanding, okay, regarding emptiness, distorted understanding, plagued with distorted understandings regarding emptiness. Okay, so here, being plagued with distorted understandings regarding emptiness has two meanings. Okay, two meanings. Being plagued with distorted understandings regarding emptiness has two meanings. One is that how you just, forsake, okay. Once you hear the emptiness, okay, then you just don't like it, and you forsake it right from it, okay. Right from the beginning, or the moment you hear it, you just forsake it, okay. So that is one thing. And then another is the emptiness is good, okay. Yeah, I like emptiness, okay. But the meaning of emptiness is, taken, in a distorted manner, okay. For that, the meaning of emptiness of intrinsic existence is, taken as, all of the phenomena are non-existent and just they do not exist, okay. So there are two possibilities, okay. Both of them are very, 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 very okay. Them, I think, bring about, grave injurious consequences. Okay. The very, how to say, forsaking emptiness is also serious non-virtue, and also, disparaging the wrong view, disparaging all the phenomena of causes and effects is also a very, very grave non-virtue, and both of them are very, very powerful to, how to say, to propel, I think, oneself into lower realm. And with regard to I think, with regard to the wrong view, disparaging all the phenomena of causes and effects, okay, it is also capable of destroying virtues accumulated in the past. So therefore, we need to be very careful, okay, when it comes to, share the emptiness, okay, with others, okay. In relation to this, Chandra gives the comments on the following stanza. Emptiness viewed mistakenly dooms those of weak intelligence, like a snake wrongly held, or a spell wrongly incanted. Okay. Okay. From root text, Mula Madhyamika. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. He says that to not fall to the extreme of disparaging conventional truth, one must not slight, okay, the reflection like karma and its effects. And to not fall to the extreme of reifying ultimate truth, one must see karma and its effects only in things with no intrinsic existence. Okay. So to be contrary to these two is described as falling to the extremes of eternalism and nihilism. Okay. To be contrary to these two, okay. These two here refers to not falling, okay. To be contrary to these two is described as falling to the extremes of eternal, okay. So to be contrary to these two is that we have two, okay. Not to fall, okay. To not fall to the extreme of disparaging conventional truth, one must not slight. The reflection like karma and its effects is the one, number one. And then the number two is to not fall to the extreme of reifying ultimate truth. Okay. One must see karma and its effect only in things with no intrinsic existence. To be okay, now it's okay. So yeah, in true, it should be here. Number one is to not fall to the extreme of disparaging conventional truth is the number one. Number two is not to fall to the extreme of reifying ultimate truth. These are the two, okay. Yeah, okay. To be contrary to these two is okay, means falling to the extreme of disparaging conventional truth or falling to the extreme of reifying ultimate truth, okay. So these are the contrary to these two is described as falling to the extremes of eternalism and nihilism. Thus, Chandrakirti has stated that where one to condition things as non-existent. Thus, Chandrakirti has stated that where one to condition things as non-existent, this would constitute a wrong view. Now, there may be a linguistic level of difference between non-existent and not being existent, but insofar as conveying the sense of non-existent is concerned, no matter how carefully one might analyze, no difference whatsoever can be found between these two words. Okay. So there are some, proponents saying that, oh, there's some difference between them, meba and eva maiba, non-existent and not being existent. They assert things not being existent. Okay. They assert, okay. Many ancient Tibetan scholars assert conventional things